Hello, welcome back to the channel. It has been a minute since I've last made a video, so hopefully I'm not too rusty. As you might have noticed, I haven't been posting videos on my channel in quite a while. I believe the last videos that I posted were back in March, so it's been close to 5 months, give or take, at this point, and I've finally realized, you know what, it's time to come back, explain where I've been, and then figure out where I'm going moving forward on the channel. To begin, I did want to give a little bit of context as to why I took a break, because I just kind of stopped posting, and I even had a few videos that were fully recorded, especially for the podcast, and I just paused. I was like, you know what? Time to take a break. I need to relax and do other things. Here's why. I really was just starting to feel a lack of interest in the videos that I was putting out there. I felt like what I was doing was just going through the motions as opposed to actually providing something that I was super proud of. And even when I had ideas that I was very passionate about and really wanted to do a good job at, I opted to just put those videos off because I knew I wasn't enthralled or filled with enough energy to do those videos, and that ultimately they would probably just end up as raw footage sitting in my hard drive. Beyond that, I also just felt strained between making content on the channel and my actual job because, well, quite frankly, I don't make anything off the channel, so there's no way that I could just not have another job and just do this full time. I literally make nothing on this channel, so I knew that there was no way I could just step away from that side of things. But when you look at the content, I was too exhausted to actually make the videos that I wanted to make after a 9 to 5, and then by the time the weekends would roll around, I just wanted to relax. And this also just leads back into feeling exhausted all the time. I don't know exactly what was causing this. I think it may have just been that I felt like when I was done with work, I just had other work to do. At the time I was also fully remote, so it was just me sitting in my apartment most days, not really getting out and doing things. So that definitely prevented me from feeling the breakup, I guess, or breaking up of my regular workday and the videos that I was making just for fun. That being said, also, I recorded podcast episodes on Saturday morning, so it just felt like I was starting yet another day of work as I finished a full work week prior to that day. So it was very, very straining, and I ultimately decided I just needed to pause on making videos before I just felt like coming back. So before I go into what I'll be doing moving forward, I did want to take a second and just share a few things that have gone on since I paused making videos. What have I actually been up to? I will say the big thing that I was focusing on, at least to start, was learning how to play the piano. This was something that I had wanted to do for quite some time, and I had a piano before I even paused making videos. I just wasn't playing very often, so I was a lot more interested in taking just a couple minutes each day and playing as much as I could. On top of that, I started to take a few art classes over the past few months, and honestly, that's been just a ton of fun to have something consistently each week, or at least when I'm taking a class, to have a reason to do art. It's just been a great piece of my week that's just made me feel really happy. And finally, I've just been trying to spend a bit more time reading in general. That includes just reading on my newsletters that I'm on, like for example, like Morning Brew or other things of that nature where I'm just learning about what's going on in the world, but beyond that, also just reading random books, comics, etc. So that could be like a bunch of graphic novels that I've been meaning to read for a long time, or even just reading other books that I've been picking up off the shelves at any store that I've been going to. So that's just been another really cool part that's grown in recent months. Also, as a note, I have been going on hikes here and there. I just wanted to make a bit more use of where I'm currently located here in Washington and taking the time just to see a lot of the greenery and nature that I'm now surrounded by. And then finally, I will say that the biggest change has been that I got 2 kittens about a month and a half ago now. So they've been living with me for that long. They are just over 3 months now, and they're super precious to me. I really, really am glad that I was able to get these guys brought home. I had seen them pretty much since they were born every couple of weeks. So, I mean, it's been really, really awesome to finally get them and be dealing with all of those changes that come with having a pet for the very first time. So what's next? Well, I've been thinking about this on and off a lot for months now, right? What exactly is going to bring me back to this channel? Do I even want to come back to the channel? And I mean, ultimately, I've decided that I do want to keep making videos. However, I want to make sure that I'm just not making videos for the sake of making videos, and that regardless, I'm making videos that I'm actually interested in making. So that means that I'm not just going to create a giant chunk of reactions and then crank them out each week so that I have something to put out, and just because people want me to react to certain things, I'm going to react to that. I will take those under advisement, right? If someone wants me to watch a video, I'll consider it, but honestly, I'm only going to make videos that I'm actually interested in doing, and I think that'll be something that will make me a lot happier and will make this a lot more sustainable, especially because, again, I'm still doing this after my full-time job. This is not my highest priority. It's something I'm doing for enjoyment and for fun. So what I will be doing more of outside of the reactions would be videos associated with art, music, and technology. So my thoughts on this is some of these will be geared around discussions or talking about these areas and what's going on in the world of these different fields. But also I want to just spend a bit more time doing drawing videos or music video related videos like covers, or even just discussing my progress on an instrument that I'm learning like piano and things like that. And then also when it comes to technology, spending some time doing either tutorials or just explanations of different projects that I'm working on and what I've learned and stuff like that. And again, just thoughts on the fields in general when there's like bigger news coming out. Beyond that, I do also want to do some more videos around personal growth. So just like topics that I'm currently thinking about or studying or whatnot, like things that I'm actively trying to learn more about, things like that, and just explaining where I'm at with those types of ideas, and then hearing what you guys potentially think about them in the comments. I also want to spend some time doing a bit more vlog formatted videos. I think that'll be a lot more fun for me as well, although that does come with the added challenge of having very clear needs for improved editing skills. I've gotten very used to this format here where I just sit in front of a camera and talk and then do very, very minimal editing for what I need moving forward. And I think that that's also stagnated my capacity to grow in editing. So I think that adding more vlogs will be very helpful in those respects. And also I do want to just talk about stories and things, which I think will kind of lean a little bit more on the vlogging style, but just stories about different experiences that I'm having now with like maybe traveling to go on a hike or like things like that, where it's like an actual event that I'm taking part in and trying to document those experiences. So I guess that does kind of just fall into the vlogging sphere. And then of course I will still be doing reactions, just not as frequently. I also want to potentially add things like show discussions talking about theories and things like that, or maybe even alternate routes or ideas about shows that were either canceled or completed, things like that, that I can actually just dive right into and just geek out about different stories that I really love. I also did want to make a note here. We do have the podcast, right? So I do have a few more episodes of the podcast that I want to release. The current idea is that we are pausing through the rest of the summer. So we're getting pretty close to the end of summer at this point, and I need to touch base with them to see what their thoughts are on continuing and what they'd like to see moving forward. There are definitely a few pivots that I think I would like to take if we're going to continue on with that long form video format. That being said, that's all I have to say for for today. I really am excited to see what comes next. It's definitely a little daunting, and I am looking at it as a potential challenge to see how I can follow through with some of the things that I really want to do while also managing my work at my job and not just feeling like I'm constantly sitting in my apartment but still exploring the world. So hopefully some of the types of videos that I'm trying to make will lend themselves to still allowing me to get out there and do the other experiences and things that I want to do. That being said, let me know your thoughts. Is there anything that you are excited about that I've talked about here? Do you have any questions? Please feel free to let me know. That's all for today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Bye.